All right, I think it's going. So, hey, everybody, welcome to that vinyl channel. And with me is Mrs. Bozz. Hey, Adrian, how are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. So, I invited her on to do just off the cuff. We don't have much of a nothing planned too much, nothing what I'm trying to say.
We're off the cuff tonight, guys. I'm
Yes,
I'm Miss Buzz,
nothing scripted,
hanging
nothing.
out.
So, I figured we would start with. What do you think we should start with?
I don't know. What have you been up to this week? What have
I,
you done vinyl wise this week that you've
I'm
really
a
enjoyed?
little bit sick. Still not 100%, but a lot better than I was last week. I was coughing and hacking a lot. That's been reduced down to a low roar now. So they can probably still hear it a little bit in my voice, but it was really bad last week.
Yeah, you're a lot better than you were last week.
Yep.
You were sitting in your chair listening to a lot of music last week rather
Yeah.
than just
Yeah.
trying to get better.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. So, and how about you?
Yeah, I've been doing great. I've been enjoying your music. That's my thing is I have a dedicated DJ in the house at all times. So,
Most of my music, I can pull some stuff out that she will leave the house.
oh yeah.
Uh, Depending on the record, she might even leave the state. I don't know. But
There's a couple of your things that I think you only play now when I'm out of the house because you know
yeah,
how much I hate it.
yeah, yeah,
But those are only a couple of things, and it's usually the really dirty kind of stuff, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But other than that, I like pretty much all kinds of music.
Not, well, also my novelty stuff gets on your nerves sometimes. If I play,
Well, yeah,
if I play
yeah.
too much of it, I'll play
Some of
one
the
record
novelty.
and then put the second one on. You go, come on.
True. Well, I can't even hear myself think sometimes, you know.
So
I've
we,
got an office in the front of the house, and his family room is in the back of the house, so we have a lot of separation. So I can do my thing, he can do his thing, but it still kind of bleeds through whenever the music's loud. But it's nice.
I try to keep it down low. I do.
You do. You do. He's a great husband. Absolutely amazing.
So we got
But
some hellos here from Warp Dog Record Hound. We have Adrian
yeah.
who's
Hey
saying
guys.
hello. It's good to see you all. So let's see what else we're talk about. So you're 8 years younger than I am, so or 8.5 years
Guilty.
younger than I am. So we
Guil-
had different
Guilty.
experiences with music in our youth.
Yes.
So
Very much so.
when I was in high school, we had Def Leppard and we had Bon Jovi. Well, not Bon Jovi's a little older. We had Def Leppard. We had Van Halen. We had all these bands from the '80s. We had Cyndi Lauper. We had Adam and the Ants or Adam Ant at that point.
Hmm.
All these great '80s bands, iconic albums that came out around that time as well. So, but you graduated high school in '89,
In the 90, 91.
91.
That's a long story, but yeah, in that area. But whenever I was really coming up was in the mid to late 80s. And, by the time I was in high school, it was already over. I was very much into what we called classic rock at the time, but it really wasn't very old. But it was what my mother listened to, and it's what I listened to.
Hmm.
If I had a choice between like late 80s radio, I really wasn't digging much of what was on the radio in like 88, 89. I'd switched over to country during that time because it was kind of going more on the southern rock. It was starting to get more of a southern rock sound, and I was digging that. So I listened to that for the last few years of my high school days, and then after that, I just decided I just liked the classic rock, and Eagles was my favorite and is still in my tops to this day. Eagles, of course, Van Halen was my first love, and went from there.
Yeah. By the way, Chris Mann is here in the house, and
Chris,
so he's saying hi.
how's it going tonight from across the pond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what else can we talk about? So, we got together in 2001.
Mhm.
One of our very early dates was going to a flea market where I found a guy that was selling a bunch of records, and I spent half an hour or an hour in that booth going through a bunch of
Yeah.
45s. I know you. I know with you're thinking in your head is saying, "What the heck?"
Actually, I loved it because you were real.
Okay.
You were real. And we were hanging out and just enjoying talking about music.
Yeah.
And I could see how much you loved that and how much you were into 45s at that point. You really weren't, you had a few LPs, but not very many. But you had several crates of 45s that, it was quite a few. And that you really didn't get into LPs until what year?
Well, I've always liked LPs, but my collection stayed under 100 with LPs through about 2015 or 2016, I think.
Yeah, after Record Store Day really started to pick up
Yeah.
and you started seeing some records and the
Mhm.
releases that you were digging that were LPs. And I'm looking at you going, you're not buying a 45? You're buying the LP? What?
Well,
And I was confused for a little while.
Record Store Day, in the beginning, they had more singles, but now it's
Mm.
few and far between.
True,
So
true.
they just don't release the singles like they had back in the in Record Store Day of years past.
Oh, and I've got my Record Store Day 2021 t-shirt on today. I don't know if you can see that, but that was given out for for a couple people, the first few people that went in. I think it was Jesse Carl's here where we live. Really great record store,
Oh,
local
yeah.
record store. Support your local record store. It's the best thing was Record Store Day for it. But one thing that I kind of wanted to ask you, I've saved it for tonight. I thought of it the other day, but Record Store Day has changed a lot since it first came out. I remember whenever we would go out, we could get there a couple hours early. Not a lot of people were into it at the very beginning, and then it slowly got bigger and bigger and bigger. Now to the last few times, we've had to get there many hours early, and you still are probably not going to be the first in line. There might only be one or two copies of the record you want. It makes it really hard to have the want to go through that pain, because it's become a little bit more painful to go through all of that, especially if you have to work. You have to take the entire day off. And I was wanting to ask you about that. What you had an issue this year about that, and how did that go down?
Well, it wasn't really an issue.
Well, it
Everything,
wasn't an issue, but it was a decision.
yeah, everything worked out fine. But first of all, really quick, we have Adrian here saying that she likes 90s country, and we have Chris talking about it snowing where he is.
Oh yeah, 90s country was it. I loved it.
Yep. So, and Chris, stay warm, man.
Oh,
So,
it's
yeah, so
snowing.
uh, Record Store Day has been odd for me in the last 4 or 5 years, really. The
Hmm.
last time I stood outside and waited for a record store was about 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. I don't remember exactly. But a couple things changed. There wasn't as much available that I really had. Like I had to have, had to wait in line
Hmm.
for.
Hmm.
And I'm discovering more and more. First of all, the prices going up is a problem.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I discovered that if you wait, so typically for record store day, what I might do is I might wait until the afternoon and then go in after the stores calm down and dig through the leavings
Hmm.
or leavings, whatever you call it, and I might find something that I actually did want, and I didn't have to
Right.
wait, so I wouldn't have to wait in the store wait in line for it, and sometimes that does happen.
Hmm.
And but a lot of times I find that um, unless it's something that's super like 500 pressings or 250 pressings or something like that, but or something like Pink Floyd or the Beatles, something really sought after. But a lot of
Hmm.
times you can wait until a month, 2 months, even 3 or 4 months after record store day, and you can find people selling that same record that you would have spent, $29, $39 for a record store day, selling it for $15. on their web.
Oh, let me ask you. So isn't that almost like a lottery at that point? You're the person that's going in and buying them with the idea of reselling it. Aren't they taking? They're basically taking a crap shot or crapshoot at it,
Well, a lot
whether
of
or not that's
times
going to
it's
be something that gains in value or drops in value. So then when you come in, you're not going to find the winners. You're going to find the ones that just were, normal or maybe didn't really have a big following that's going to be online, right? Because if it's a really sought after record, it's going to be going for a lot more money afterwards. But
yeah,
that's only going to be a few of them, right?
yeah. Most of those sell within the first couple of months or a few weeks after record store day. So those are out of the way. Those have cleared out of the eBay. I really don't see listings for them too much after about a month or two. People that wanted to buy them bought them. People that bought them and flipped them already. So
Okay.
I'm talking about stores like Spin Me Around Records who participates in Record Store Day, but let's say 6 months from now, they're going through their inventory and they have 7 copies of this record that they bought for Record Store Day that they didn't sell, and it's just sitting on their shelf. So
Okay.
they're
I
going
get
to
it.
try to at least maybe get what they paid for it or a couple dollars more, which still is
Okay.
a profit for them, but not the kind of profit margin they would like.
No,
But
because their money is locked in that
it's
record and
not
they
in that
need their
record.
cash to flow so they can buy new ones that are
Right,
coming
right.
out.
So
So
it's
I
not
get it.
working. And if they can't sell it, then it's really hurting them at that point.
And
Spin Me
well,
Around Records, and there's a couple of other ones that I can mention are really good about having like sales, like around the holidays for record store day stuff that didn't sell. I just got a record that I wanted. It was Thin Lizzy Jailbreak Alternative. And I got that for $15 plus shipping off of Spin Me Around, where it
nice.
probably would have been almost $40 if I bought it on Record Store Day.
Nice.
So it's that
Nice.
kind of thing. So, um, you know, uh, uh, yeah. So I mean,
I get
there's
it.
no guarantee that's going to happen. If I really, really want the record, then I'm going to go wait in line. But it wasn't that big of a deal really. So I don't mind getting them that way, as well as the same thing with brick and mortar stores. I've gotten records that are still in the store 6 months after record store day, and they want to move the inventory, so they start reducing the price down 15%, 25%, 30%, 40% until they sell it. So you get deals on those. So of course, again, like I said, these aren't records that are the sought after ones or the ones that are, they only press 500 or 200 copies for that everyone's wanting. These are just your average releases. So, but yeah, there
Yeah,
was
everyone they can't all be winners, obviously.
no, they can't. And we
Yeah.
have Warp Dog here saying Rhino has RSD Mystic 45's black covering them. Really?
That'd be nice.
Okay, yeah, I know. They did that something similar to that Record Store Day back a couple years ago with the dual sided and I think I bought one of them as well.
Oh,
Uh,
that'd be cool.
so it ended up being a Love Is reissue. It had Love Is on one side and Rush on the other, and it was a mystery one. So,
That'd be cool.
but yeah, that happens.
So that's
And
gonna be a 45. We'll have to check that one out.
he's not
I
going to do
don't.
Record Store this year. Don't blame me there, Chris. And I've been seeing some of the things that you've been posting. You spend a lot of money, so it's, it's not a bad idea to save it up. So let's go ahead and bring her up here and make her big. There we go. And now we get to see her.
Hello. I
So
was just googling that record store day release that he was just talking about. He said it's going to be also have a Rhino High Fidelity series that's going to come out,
yeah,
and
but
then yeah, that's going to be neat.
for Record Store Day. It might be around Record Store Day.
Oh.
It's already out, by the way, but some people already have those. So
They also say Fleetwood Mac's put out a 45 for it. It's going to be a Rhino Hi-Fi edition of their self-titled
yep,
album.
yep.
As a singles edition, it says, with two 7-inch 45s.
Now sometimes they will release records on the same day as Record Store Day when it's not an official Record Store Day release.
Okay. That'd be neat. I'll have to check that out. Well, what I was thinking about today is you have a knack, and this is for everybody. If I know you know him really well, but
There
he
we go.
has a knack at picking up vinyl that is just on sale, really good deals. I don't know how he does it, but he figures out a way to make it work and to be able to keep this hobby going without it costing an arm and a leg. And it's really about being able to discern what's a good title, what you like, while you're thumbing through a crate of, 1,000 records in an hour, because you don't have a lot of time. So he's gotten really, really good at being able to just go through just hundreds of records fast, just by looking at the title and the artwork and being able to tell what kind of music it is and whether or not it's something that he'd get into. And I know you've found a lot of bands that you never would have heard of if it hadn't have been like that, especially back in the 80s and, during the hair band days. There was a lot of good bands.
Oh, yeah.
But only some of them made it. But tell me about a couple of the ones that you found lately. I know Black Stone Cherries. What was the other one?
Yeah. Yeah.
You found another one that you liked a lot doing that?
Well, no, Blackstone Cherry I found because there are websites and places you can go online to get sales on Amazon. Sometimes Amazon runs records as cheap as $7, $8, as where the full price is might be $24 or $29. So I found a Blackstone Cherry that they had on sale. It was Back to Black. Volume 2, which is a blues cover album, 45 RPM, and they had it for about $10. And so what I'll do is I'll stop. I'm scrolling through all these records they have, and that cover looked interesting. The name looked interesting. I wasn't familiar with Blackstone Cherry, but then I went out and I Googled the album, and I went to YouTube. With a YouTube Play. I forget what theirs is. But anyways, I played a couple tracks on YouTube. I was like, this is a really good band. I like these covers of these songs. So then I went and spent the $10, and I introduced myself to that band. So, lately there's a record I got. It was called, the band called, with a C, Camino. The band called Camino. Another way, I had no idea who that was. Amazon had it for like $7, I stopped, and the band called Camino. I liked the artwork on the cover, so I went out to YouTube and I listened to a couple tracks. I see these guys are pretty good. So $7, I bought the album.
Right.
So that's pretty much how I end up. And if I see an album that's $25, $30, I just go right past it. I'm looking for anything that's under $20. I would say over the last 5 to 8 years, that for every single brand new album that I bought, and then this is an average, I would say I spent no more than $18 per album, and that includes any shipping and doubles, triples, box sets. I mean, all of it.
And you're not just saying that because you're talking to your wife, because no, I don't care.
No.
Just so that everybody out there knows. He's at home every night. He's such a good man. I don't care what he does with his money.
This has nothing to do with you. I'm just telling people, there's deals out there to be had. Exactly. Most brand new records I buy through online record stores, like Spin Me Around, like Deep Discount, like Amazon, stuff like that. Runs these records on sale. When you go to a brick and mortar store, the problem is that it's mostly full retail. So right. I do like brick and mortar stores, but I mainly get used records there. Record store day is of course an exception, which is another reason why I try to stay back from record store day, because you go there and next thing you know you're spending $250 and you're walking out with 6 records.
Right.
So something I don't want to do either. So. But yeah, there's just many ways to save money online, as well as places. There's You Discover Music, that especially on the holidays, which are coming up again. Like last year, they ran what was it? I'm trying to think now. Oh, it's 50% off of their entire inventory on their website, and they had $27 records, $24 records, and when you're getting them half off, they're coming down to $12. There was one record by the police greatest hits, that I was refusing to buy because it was expensive. It was like $34 or $39 anywhere that you go to buy it, and I already have all the songs. It's just nice to have it in one place in the greatest hits. But I was like, you know what? I can't justify spending that kind of money. But then they had it for, I think they had it for $37. That was their full price. But bring it down to half price, and what's that? 18?
Yeah.
37 and the 2, whatever it was.
6. Yeah.
Now I can afford it. Now I can afford it. So, you know, I'll wait for the sale, the wait for specials, end of year, July 4th, Father's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, New Year's.
That's the way it is with everything. I mean, I do art and other things, and it's the same way. You buy your supplies that you need during the times when it's cheaper. That's what I do too. It works. It works. Hey, you know right now I don't think I really told him what I'm doing, but I've got a stack of records here that have come in the mail. He has an area that whenever he gets them in, and he hasn't played them yet or anything, but they're just kind of sitting there waiting on him to get to them. A whole bunch of them. So I just grabbed a handful and brought them in. So I want to go through them, and I want to see how long have they been in the pile. This should be fun. You want to look at them?
Sure, sure.
All right.
Otherwise, we're talking here. It says it's saying the Rhino Hi-Fi released 3 Max self-titles, so the 45 are probably the album singles. They are remixes.
Oh, okay, cool.
And Rhino, Chris here is saying, you know, I love the greatest hits. Yes, I do know that. Yes. I have a huge amount of greatest hits as well. But let's go ahead and bring up, let's see if we can't do this the right way. There we go.
Okay, let's see what is in his stash that he has not done anything with yet, guys. You want to look behind the curtain? All right, let's see what we got here. This looks like Galaxy or Guardians of the Galaxy. So what was this one? This looks like a limited edition purple and blue vinyl. Ooh, and a poster. Good grief. All right, so this is the Awesome Mix Volume 3. How long has it been in your thing, baby? When did you get that?
Well, I already have one copy, so
Okay.
shoot it again. I dropped the modem dropped on the floor, so I picked it up while you were doing that. I apologize.
Rats.
So should I try again?
Here you go. Guardians of the Galaxy.
3. Yeah. So
That's the number 3 volume, it
I
said.
haven't seen that movie yet, by the way. We need to. So
I know.
usually I will not open a record until we watch the movie.
Exactly. That makes sense.
So now I'm waiting for us to actually watch that.
So that's a limited edition, it says, too, from wherever it was from. Let's see what I got.
On eBay for like $10.
Ah, good job. Oh, now this one's a neat one. There's a lot of soundtracks in here.
Yeah, you know me.
So this is an Aliens, or Alien, I should say.
Alien. No, that's Alien. The new Alien.
Oh, is that the brand new? Oh, Romulus. That's the brand new one. Okay.
Yeah,
That was a great flick.
Yeah, it was a great movie, and I just haven't had time to open that yet.
Yep, that is a cool one. It's got a nice Obi on it, too.
Yep.
Let's see what's next. Oh, Rat. Now that I want to hear. It's been a while since I've heard any good Rat.
Now that's a half black, half white vinyl.
Is it?
Yep, it should be.
Oh, that's going to be pretty. Yeah, it says limited edition, black, gray, and white vinyl. Damn,
Yep.
you're good.
Yep.
How long has that been in your stash?
About 6 months.
6 months. Yeah, he's got a big stash in there that he needs to go through. So, like, taking a little bit of time off last week and just listening to music was not a bad thing. Dolly Parton?
Yep.
This is 9 to 5 and Odd Jobs, it says.
Now
So it must
that's
be the soundtrack?
Yeah,
Is that right?
on Vinyl Me Please.
Oh, Vinyl Me. Are they still around?
Not like they used to. They're for the most part gone. I mean, yeah, they're just. I got that last year for Christmas. They ran 35% off on a lot of their stuffs. So I bought about 10 records from them, and that was one of them.
Okay. So they are still around?
Sort
They're
of,
still
kind
around,
of.
or are they just not doing well?
A ghost of their former selves.
Oh, that's sad. I wonder
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah, there's a bunch of videos out there talking about it.
Okay.
It could take me half an hour to explain it all. It's just
I hear you. I
yeah.
hear you. What was the other? Wasn't there another one like that that was doing concierge type vinyl where you like told them what you like and then they pick it out and ship it to you and you didn't know what you were gonna get?
There was Vinyl, VNYL, and that the two people that own VNYL bought Vinyl Me Please.
Oh, okay.
They also bought another one as well.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
You would think that that someone would do like the subscription type thing like they did back in the past, like KTEL or something like that again.
Are you talking about Columbia House?
Columbia House, that's the one. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm surprised that no one's really. I mean, those were the closest that I had heard.
Well, you know, I used to owe Columbia House money.
What?
Yeah, most people do.
Oh my God.
From the 70s and 80s, most of us do.
Oh, that is wild.
Yep.
That is wild. Well, wasn't that the one where you like gave them $2 and they gave you 10 albums or something?
A penny.
Yeah. Okay.
12 records for a penny, and then you got to buy 3 more at full price over the next 4 years.
Man, what in the world? I wonder how much vinyl actually cost them back then to buy. Must have been dirt cheap.
They were not paying royalties.
Oh, they weren't paying royalties?
Yeah, there was a lot of issues with Columbia House.
Ah.
Yep. So,
How that? Yeah, that's not a good business model.
no.
Not at all.
It wasn't a good business model. A good business model giving away 12 records for a penny.
Well, if they get you on the back end, then I mean, usually like the cost of acquiring a customer, you want to keep selling them as much as you can on the back end.
But you know how many times people would like, my name is John Smith. Here's a penny, and they send 12 records, and then 2 months later, my name is Henry Bob, and here's my penny, and the same address. They send them more records, and then 2 months later, my name is
Oh my gosh.
is Sam Smith, and here's my penny, and then they send them. So I don't even think they knew who they were sending records to. Honestly,
Sounds like they didn't have any kind of a system.
that did anything like that.
Man.
Ever no, I would have never done anything like that. Never ever.
Well, it's like today, you can use different email addresses for all of the different things and just keep getting
Well, they learned about that pretty quickly. Now it's not just email addresses. Now it's a text message.
right. Now they've hooked it up to the phone numbers.
Now it doesn't matter how many
That's so
different
easy.
email addresses. You know now, and it's not so easy to get a new telephone number as it is to get multiple email addresses.
Tell that to all the spam calls that I get every day.
I know.
Good grief. It's like they're selling our numbers more and more. Whew. The faster, the better that the cell service gets at trapping the spam, and then they get even better at getting through it. It's just a race.
So here's Adrian saying, oh wow, didn't know that about Columbia House. Yeah, Adrian, I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
Oh man, that's terrible. Yeah, I'm surprised they stayed in business as long as they did if they didn't have any safeguards.
They were in business all the way until the early 2000s.
That is so, man.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't get it. I don't get how they stayed in business if they were. Probably it was just like 5 or 10%. No, it couldn't have been a lot of people that was doing it, or they would have went belly up real fast.
And here's we're talking about many minors are doing it as well. I mean, you can't, if a minor does it, you can't make them, keep that contract because the minor can't enter the contract legally.
Oh, I didn't know if you were, like mining rocks, you couldn't sign a contract.
Now that
Miners, not miners.
Did.
That's one of my favorite jokes.
Oh yeah.
Anyway. So now here's one I don't know who this is. Want to help me out? It says the electric prunes.
Electric Prunes. I like the Electric Prunes. They are a psychedelic rock band from the late '60s. Might have had 1 or 2 releases into the early '70s. I don't think so though. I think
that's kind of a cool picture. I don't know if it'll come.
67, 68.
Yeah, it's not gonna come loose. That's the backside.
Yeah, but that is a bunch of their singles they released, and they put all the singles on a couple records.
Okay, it looks neat.
So it's a reissue.
Ooh, now this is pretty. Here's a Grateful
Yeah.
Dead.
Grateful Dead. Best Buy exclusive.
Grateful Dead. That's
Yep.
beautiful. I wonder what it looks like. It says translucent yellow vinyl. All of these are not opened yet, guys, or I would show you the vinyl. But he has a whole thing that he likes to do whenever he opens up the new records, as I'm sure all of you do too. Ooh, now this one I want to hear.
Oh, Picard. Yeah.
Lord.
That's
How many sci-fi freaks are listening right now? Are any
Yeah.
of you guys into sci-fi as well as vinyl? We are.
Is that season 1?
Yes, it is.
Season 2 as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this is season 1. It says it's on green, multi-splatter, transparent. Oh, and it has a gatefold with printed inner sleeves, it says. That's going to be sharp. It's pretty heavy. It's a pretty thick thing, so I wonder what all else is in there. What is this one? I don't know the cover. Oh, wait a minute. Warp Dog's saying something. What are you saying, buddy?
So the front cover, Electric Prunes, is an exact replica of a Reprise 45 with company sleeve.
Reprise.
Reprise, yeah.
Reprise? I don't know. I don't know. So that's this one. That's why it says Reprise. And it looks like the
company sleeve is 45.
It looks amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm sorry. The other one you picked up, is that was that a
Which one?
The one you just showed before was that? Oh yeah. And hold on. We have Chris here. I'm trying to get the Dexter on vinyl TV series, not the cartoon.
Okay. We'll be on the lookout for it, man.
Yeah, it's out there. You're after you're. I don't think it's being sold anymore directly from the manufacturer. So now it's going to be third party. So, but you can pick them up for, in the U.S. anyways, I can probably pick them up between 50 and 70.
Really? That much?
Yeah.
Well,
Brand
yeah,
new.
I'm right there with you, Chris. I would like that on
40 or
vinyl
50,
too.
so, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like that on vinyl as well. That's sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, me.
So,
Okay, so I've got another one here. I don't know who this is. What is this?
so read it. It should say. I forget.
Oh, it's Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind. Yeah.
It says right here, Third Eye Blind on the building.
Yep.
And then back here, you see the actual guy there, Third Eye Blind.
Yep.
Boop. There we go.
Another one, another Amazon one that I got for like $10, $12.
Nice.
Yep.
You know I like Third Eye Blind a lot.
Yep.
Okay, another Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the 30th anniversary, volume 2, it says.
And
what is this one done? How old is this?
By the way.
I can't tell.
Yeah,
What year was this one put out? Do you know?
It was just put out last year, I think.
Oh, yeah, it says 2025. So this is a new re-release. And it's a limited color vinyl, it says. It's so funny whenever he'll bring home another colored vinyl. Do y'all do this too? Where you'll get, 3, 4 different copies of your favorite on different colors, and all they have to do is release another color and you go buy it too. It's funny. Oh, hey, another Electric Prunes.
Yep. But that's an OG pressing.
This is original. Okay. Oh, yeah. See there's the
Reprise, yeah.
see it. It's pretty. This is just black, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
this is black.
Yeah.
Pretty. So what is everybody after this year? Does anyone have anything that they're going after for Record Store Day, or is it just another day for y'all? I know Chris said he wasn't going to do it this year. I don't think you are either, are you?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I don't know going, but then I thought better. I'm like, you know what? I do want that Back to the Future because they had the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future that has that has select tracks from all 3 soundtracks, and it's the first time that they've done. And it's the first time that they've done that. I believe it's on 3 LPs. I think it might be 2 LPs. I don't remember. It's at least 2 LPs, but it might be 3 LPs.
That's going to be $80 probably at least, right?
Yeah, but that's the only one that I really wanted. And
Right.
you know what? I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up eventually.
I
I'm sure.
don't know. Back to the Future is pretty hot. I don't know if that would come
It's
off on the
1,800
secondary
copies
market.
or something like that, or so it's or
Mm,
1,400 copies. So it's not gonna be that rare.
no. Well, that
So
just means that every store will get maybe 2 copies instead of 1, maybe. How
the
many
only one I
stores are there
wanted
now
is
participating in our? I don't even know how many are doing Record Store Day now. How
a
many
lot of them
stores?
still. A lot of them still.
Yeah, I don't know how many.
I don't know. Quite a few.
I know back in the day there wasn't it wasn't
Bet-
as many
Between
because
1,200 and
you have to
1,400
have
stores.
half of your store new to qualify to even sell them.
The only one that Chris said the only one he wanted to get for Record Store Day was the band from the album Jericho.
Okay.
And we have Joe. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Joe Williams Jr., T-Bone Walker, Bob Dylan Freya, and Dylan 45. I didn't know
Mm,
T-Bone Walker was putting something out. I love T-Bone Walker. I got 2 or 3 of his OG pressings.
yeah, we got that one really hot one out of Tampa that day. That was a find.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, here we go. We got Warp Dog saying he can't afford the new vinyl. I get it. We get that. It's gotten just crazy. Canadian Walmart doesn't carry any, and I'm mostly a crate digger too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So one of the things that I'm gonna go side by side here for a minute. All right.
Perfect.
So one of the things that she likes to pick on me about, not saying it in a mean way, because you know how couples are. They pick on each other about everything. And but you know, she does tease on me just like about 10 minutes ago. She teased on me about getting the same record in 2 different color vinyl, about about duplicates in my collection. So I pulled out some duplicates, and I'm going to ask her whether she thinks that that am I justified for getting it, or am I not justified for getting it?
Oh,
I'm
that'll
going
be
to go
fun.
ahead and make myself large for this one and put you down in the corner there,
Walker.
Mrs. Boz.
That sounds like fun. But
Okay,
Joe just said T-Bone Walker, T-Bone Blues for the Record Store Day release.
nice, nice.
That's going to
Yeah,
be a hot record.
yeah. I got several T-Bone Walker, both reissues and OGs.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was great.
See, the older I get, the more I get into blues.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really
yeah. I love
become
blues. I
my
love blues.
favorite album right now to just chill to is that Eric Clapton and BB King.
Oh yeah,
Man, it's such a
riding with
good
the king.
compilation.
Yeah, riding
Huh?
with the king.
Riding with the King. That's the name of the album. It
Yeah.
is. That's my favorite one just to chill to.
Yep. So
So
anyway,
show me what you got.
so
Wait.
here is Vandenberg. I think this is their debut album.
Oh,
This is I think they're from the Netherlands, I think.
okay.
But and this is a U.S. pressing, U.S. pressing on the back. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have another copy here, Vandenberg, right? But this one is on a German label.
Oh, neat. I know how much you like to collect from different countries.
So am I justified in having a U.S. pressing and a German pressing, or does it really matter?
You know what? The way I look at it is each record has its own thumbprint.
Okay.
Each record has its own history. And one of those started in a different country. The vinyl might be more pure in one rather than the other. Maybe it's a better pressing. Who knows? Maybe the cardboard is better. Who knows? But only time will tell which of those records will hold up over time and which one will get passed down to the next generations. To me, that's what all of this is about. Is it's not going to stop with you. It's not going to stop with whoever owns it next time, hopefully. If everyone takes care of the records, then they'll go to another generation and another, hopefully. So it's just about the quality to me and how it looks and if it's cool looking.
And we have great album, Joe. Yep. And then we have Adrian, the writer,
Yes, it's a great record.
Okay, so let's see if we can't get to. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have you not on the screen. There you go. So, how about this one? We have Cyndi Lauper. She's so unusual.
Oh yes,
An OG pressing.
nice.
I think this might be Australian actually. I think this one's Australian. Okay, but
Okay,
but I do not have a U.S. pressing. So as far as OG goes, that's an OG pressing. The only OG I have is this one, and that's Australian.
How long did it take it to get to Australia? Was it a year or two after the original printing here or pressing here, or
It's
was it the
hard to
same?
know. I mean, they are released on different dates in different countries, but not usually not too far. Within 6 months, usually. I mean, 6 months is on the outset. Usually within a couple of weeks or a month or so. So I don't know when it was released in Australia, but yeah. This is an OG pressing from Australia, but I also have the 30th anniversary edition with a different cover and this nice,
Oh, turn that back around. Is that watercolor?
maybe.
It looks like it. Oh,
Same,
that is hot. I like that.
same album, but the 30th anniversary version. And instead of being black vinyl, it's on this color vinyl.
Yeah, I'm digging that.
So am I justified for having that?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I dig it. If you wanted it, it's beautiful.
okay. All right, that's it.
That's it.
I'm giving you a chance here because you always pick on me about having duplicates, and
Well,
so
but you don't understand where I have a problem is the ones where it's like you've already got multiple ones and then they just come out with a new color and you're like, okay, I'm all in. It's my favorite band.
I'm getting there.
Those are the ones that I'm kind of look at you with the side eye every once in a while. But other than that,
Okay, well, here's the Monsters by Milton Duleg. Now this is a reissue. This is what the OG cover looked like, but this is a reissue on green
uh,
vinyl. But it
that's
could just as easily be the original pressing. But
nice.
also, for some reason, there was an alternate cover, and it's right here. It's the same record. Now this is the OG pressing.
Oh, that is the OG?
But there's also an OG that looks like this as well. So for some reason they put out two covers.
Well, they do that a lot. We were just talking about this the other day, like that police record. What was the name? It wasn't
Synchronicity.
Synchronicity. Thank you.
But
You know
the,
where they do the different colors on the cover. There's been several records like that where they'll do different covers. Where and it might just be like a face in a different place, or maybe the colors in a different place. But other than that, it's the same exact thing, and they were released at the same time.
yeah, there's like
There's been
174
several
different
like
variants or
that I
something.
know of.
Yeah, I don't get into this kind of variants like that. So I mean, I could.
Of
So
course. Or I'm sure there's people that collect every single variant of one particular artist or maybe one album that's their favorite. I could see that. I could definitely see that. It's just don't do it with all of them.
he's saying here the greenish deluxe cover was done by Jack Davis at Mad Magazine. Yeah, I think I read that.
Oh, neat.
Yep.
See, there's a reason.
Yep. So, what else I have here? I have sticks.
Oh, of course. Now, see, Styx, guys, Styx is off limits. Styx can do no wrong. If there is a nice copy, especially if it could possibly be nicer than his copy, it's bought.
Well, this might be a Canadian copy. I don't know. Based on the writing around the label, I think this is Canadian. But either way, sticks, right? Cornerstone.
Yep.
But then we have.
And see, and that's the other thing. He does a lot, which I think it's great. Buy a copy, hope it's better than your copy, and then upgrade your collection.
That's true. But then
You
I
know,
have,
that is a great thing to do.
then I
And you
have.
can work your way up to have an exceptionally good quality copy.
That's true. Very
You
true.
know, that's a good reason for buying multiple ones.
Yep. It is a good reason. And I've actually given a couple of VCLT. Now, I'm not saying not bad records, but
No,
records that are VG Plus that might have a tiny bit of surface noise on the very, very soft tracks. That's very noticeable. But then I get an EX copy, and I'll take that VG Plus copy, and I'll send it to VCLT. So,
exactly.
you know,
Exactly. That's spectacular because when we find something in a crate, like think about it, you know, whenever you see like the Beatles album, the one you've been looking for in a dollar bin, it's in there for a reason.
that's true.
But if that's the only thing you can afford, pick it up and then replace it when you can.
Yep.
And you never know when you're going to find a better copy.
That's true. Now, Chris here says someone sent him a Styx album. He loves it. Who that person
I
is?
wonder who that could be.
That person is amazing. Yes. So now I also have this one here, which is a Super Disc Nautilus version, which is basically half speed mastered.
Nice. I know you like that one a lot.
Two of the same copies, two of the same records. One's standard pressing, one's a half speed mastered.
Absolutely.
So another reason why I might have a duplicate copy.
Another good reason.
Now here we go. Let's get into this.
Uh-oh. I think he's going to toss a fastball at me here. Let's see.
And this is where Chris is going to get involved as well. We have just got my OG pressing Canadian. Was dirty. Oh, nice.
Oh, Equinox for $3.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, I have only one copy of Equinox. It's a U.S. pressing, and it's a great pressing. So
Awesome.
I would love to find a Canadian one.
That's beautiful.
So
he doesn't know. Was it? Hey, Warp. Was it a Canadian pressing or from another country? Or
he said
he got it for $3 Canadian.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's a Canadian pressing or if it's a different pressing. I'm not sure.
Don't know.
But that's exactly it. Was that the very first pressing of Equinox that you ever got, or did you get one and then replace it with the mint copy? That would be something I'd be interested in knowing more.
Okay, so while he's responding to that,
cool.
We have Def Leppard Pyromania.
Yeah, it's Canadian copy, by the way. He just said. Yeah, awesome.
All right, awesome. So we have Def Leppard Pyromania US copy, OG pressing.
Nice.
Okay, on the I forget what it's called again. On the city on the Cityscape. Is it no, on the Skyline Mercury label. Okay. So I have that, but then I have an anniversary edition.
Gotcha, Warp. Replacement of a damaged or destroyed copy. I'm with you.
No, it's not destroyed.
No, I'm responding to Warp. He just said that he replaced his destroyed copy with the new mint.
Yeah. This copy here, anniversary edition on this yellow and orange, right?
That's pretty.
And then we have.
I like that. That it really did look like fire. They did show us the vinyl one more time.
Yeah, they did a really good job on that.
They did a great job with the Pyromania. That really does look. That's about as close as you can get to a flickering fire.
Yep. It's
I love it.
Yep.
See, yeah, no, I would totally buy that.
And then I have another reissue on red vinyl.
Now we're starting to get into a little bit.
And I used to have a 180-gram black reissue, but now Chris has that copy.
Gotcha.
So now you've seen those three.
Beautiful.
So what's your comment about those?
I think I'm very happy that Chris has a new copy of it.
Excuse me.
His record room is brimming right now. I told him the other day that the next step is to do built-in bookshelves in there.
Well, I was thinking about buying the house behind us and just moving into there.
Oh, God help us.
just make the whole house a record room, you know. So that's why I have a duplicate of those. By the way, this one came out in 2019, I think. And this one came out in 2022. So it was several years apart.
Okay.
It's not like I bought them at the same time.
Of course not. Of course not.
So, anyways, now, how about this one? We have Walt Disney Jungle Book.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Well, is that a reissue or is that the original?
That's the original. Same one as a kid. Not the same exact one. It's of course I got it again, but same one that has a kid. Okay. This is music from the movie. No story, just music. I think.
Well, you remember the old 45 picture books when we were kids? Yep. You know, where the picture book told you the story and you put the record on and it told you the story while you were reading the book.
Yep.
Basically how I learned how to read.
My girlfriend's son been playing the Def Leppard since I sent it to him. So I love
Oh,
the band.
sweet.
Yep.
Sweet.
Awesome. So again,
Had he heard the, had he, obviously he knew who Def Leppard was, right?
yeah, yep.
Chris, or was that a new band for him? You never know with the younger kids whether they knew them or not. You know. Anyway, while we're doing this,
So, anyways, I'm maximizing myself again. This is Jungle Book, an original
Yeah, it's
record,
nice.
and it has basically music from the movie. But then I have the same thing, but in Spanish.
Oh wow, that's cool.
This is a Spanish version. All the songs are in Spanish.
I love the artwork on the front.
Yep. And see up here, it says version
In
original
Espanol.
in Espanol.
Yeah.
So another reason why I might have a
Yeah.
duplicate, it might be in a different language.
There you are. I love that.
Original Jungle Book, awesome. Yeah.
I wonder if you can teach yourself another language by just listening to records that you already know what it says.
I also bought a it's back behind me. I don't have it, but I love the Muppet Show, and I was actually looking for and I had the Muppet Show on black vinyl, no G pressing on black vinyl, and I was looking for other things for Muppet movies, Muppet shows, and then I saw one on green vinyl. I'd never seen it before. Muppet Show on green vinyl, and the cover looked very similar to my cover, so I didn't read it that close. Now, it said it was a French copy. Now, they will sell U.S. pressings in France, and it's still in English. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
It's like a U.S. record, but it's sold in France, and it's not in the French language. It's just being sold in France. But this came in, when this Muppet Show came in, it was actually in the French languge.
Oh, that would be different.
I started listening to it and go, "Oui, oui, monsieur," and they go, "Oh," I'm like, what? So, but that was cool to listen to, though.
Oh, I bet it was. Well, it's like that song. You just jogged my memory. Remember the 99 Luftballons?
Yeah.
And both of them I've heard on the radio. I've heard both versions. I've heard the German version and the English version on the radio, which I can't think of many other songs that I can say that about.
Yep. Now, you know, David Lee Roth, that one, Eat 'em and Weep, or Eat 'em something Eat 'em.
Yeah.
He actually recorded that in Spanish as well. And that's hard to come by.
He actually sang it in Spanish himself?
Performed it in Spanish.
Oh, that's really neat.
Out there. I've seen people show it in the VC.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, but we have Warp Dog here says that he has Winnie the Pooh in French. Very cool.
Winnie the Pooh.
My highlight through was Goonies. Yes, I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I was very happy to go ahead and get that for you.
You can, with that soundtrack, Chris, you can play the movie in your mind. I mean, the whole thing just falls into place. It's a great soundtrack.
So, what else we have here? How about this one? Ready?
What you got?
Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, is that whole thing? Is it?
Now, this has been a bane in my existence, because I tried so many times to get a copy that didn't have clicks and pops and skips, and every time I get a copy, it'd have clicks and pops and skips, or clicks and pops at least. And this is all talking. And when a record has clicks and pops, it really takes away from the record. I must have bought 4 or 5 copies of these, and this is probably the best one I've kept. But it even has some clicks and pops in it. All right, so this is Sleeping Beauty, Cheech and Chong. I finally
Is that original? Is that an original pressing?
But I finally found one that was in mint shape. But guess what it was? It was a test pressing.
Oh, drop the mic. Nice.
An original test pressing in mint shape. So I had to get a test pressing to get a copy that didn't have pops and clicks on it. But it's the same album, and just a different cover, of course, because it's a test pressing, and it says on here that it's Cheech and Chong.
Did it come from a radio station, or?
No, this came from the record label, from the pressing.
Oh, so it was a true test pressing.
Yep. art department uses these codes for pricing. 1976 owed records.
Wow.
Very, very
That's
cool
a
to
really
have.
neat one.
Another reason why I might have a duplicate, because I have this one and then I have a test pressing.
But all the other ones that you had bought in the past, you've probably taken them down and traded them in to a record store by now, right?
Some of them I tossed away, some of them I traded in. I really like trading in records that are not in good shape because I don't want to buy records that are not in good shape.
True.
So I'd rather either give them away or toss them.
Yeah.
So yeah, yep.
It makes sense.
Okay, now let's get to some more meat and potatoes here. Last one I got to show you. Are you ready?
Let's go.
By the way, this one I do not have an OG pressing of. I need to fix that.
Yeah.
First of all, I have the 30th anniversary back to the 1980s Rhino issue of Yes 90125, released in 1983. Owner of a Lonely Heart on a tricolor.
That's pretty. That's real pretty.
Rhino tricolor, right? By the way, this is one of my favorite albums. I mean, there are a lot of favorite albums, but one of my favorite albums from 1983. So I have that copy, right?
How old is that one?
That one came out probably around 2018, I want to say.
Okay.
Maybe 2017.
Yeah.
This is a Record Store Day one. Is a picture disc.
That's wicked.
Same album, but it's a picture disc.
That's wicked. I like that.
This was a Record Store Day release, I think, from 2016 or
They
2017.
did a great job on the artwork where the label is, and I love how they did that.
Yep. Yep.
That's beautiful.
So we have that one. Now, same album, right? And then we have the Atlantic Records 75th anniversary edition on 2 LPs at 45 RPM.
See, that's nice.
Half-speed mastered.
45.
Mastered from the original analog tapes. Best available sources known by top mastering engineers. Cut at 45 RPM, 180 gram records. And it's even on a gatefold sleeve. Where normally it wasn't a gatefold, it was a single. I put it over here.
Nice, right? That's real nice.
Nice heavyweight cardboard.
Definitely.
So sweet. Now, so that's 3 copies of the same record.
Eat 'em and smile. Thank you, front to back.
Yes.
That was it. Eat 'em and smile.
I was having a brain fart.
No. And then Warp Dog said, hard to find OG Cheech and Chong LPs in good shape without weed stuck in the cover.
That's true.
Are a little bit sticky, right?
That's it.
That's funny.
So yeah. So what do you think about having 3 copies of that?
Hey, it's one of your favorite records. What's wrong with that?
All right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
It's just, if they're trash records that you barely listen to, that, it's almost like the thing about t-shirts, right? When you get another t-shirt, you have to get rid of one
Right.
because your closet's full, right? It's the same idea. But as with everything, there's some that are special and then there's some that aren't.
Now about this, I'll show you this.
What you
We have
Oh, now I know, but y'all probably don't. That's one of his favorite cartoons. He absolutely adores that. Yeah.
and one is, I wish they would have wrote it on here. One is a bubblegum colored, a purple bubblegum colored record, and one is a green slime colored record.
You haven't opened them yet?
Nope.
See, that's So why have 2 copies of it where the vinyl is the difference and then you don't open it? Explain that to me.
I will open it. The problem is, number one is, if you notice right now what I'm doing, I'm sitting here having a live instead of playing records. So
That's true.
And it's just time, and I'm doing videos as well, and then I'm taking care of my family, and then mom's elderly and she's in another town over. There's time for that, and then I work 40 to 50 hours a week, so I can buy them faster than I can play them. So that's the truth. That's the problem.
It's the truth. is there's just not enough time in the day to do it all.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how he does as much as he does. It is absolutely amazing.
So yeah, but yeah, it's good. I thought I'd call you on the carpet making fun of me of having
You're so
duplicates.
funny. But see, it's not making fun. It's a second thought. It's like, do you really want to do that?
Well, what'd you say? You go. They know how to get you all. Just offer it in a different color, and you all buy it again. They got you
Absolutely. I'll stand by that.
they got you all's numbers. What you said, right?
That is marketing. It is marketing 101, guys. When they know that you have a group of people that are so hardcore about something that all they have to do is wave something shiny, they know that you're going to buy it. And that's just reality. But with that reality, as long as you know it, then you can make a decision that is best for you rather than doing something because a marketer has thrown a carrot out there for you and waved it at you, and then you just go and buy. As long as you know the reality, then it's fine. Do your thing.
Yep.
But just don't do it as a reaction without understanding that it's a money grab. Well, we were just talking about the other thing, and it made me think about UMG, or is it UMG, United Music Group?
Yep.
Out of Cali that had the fire.
That
So
wasn't UMG. That was
who
different.
was it?
No, I forget the name, but you're talking about the
Who had the fire? That had
yeah.
it was like a lot of original.
Oh, you're talking about the one at Universal Studios.
Yes, it burned
Yeah,
down
Universal
the
Music
it
Group.
burned
Yes,
down
yes.
the Kong exhibit or something, but right
Yeah,
next door to that exhibit
that was
was
UMG.
where they stored
Yes.
the reels.
Yes,
They
yes, that
stored
was.
all of these reels, this, music that is 50, 60, 70 years old plus current. Was all the original reels were stored in there. And
Yep.
it all burned down along with that Congrite, I believe it was.
Yep.
But they didn't really televise or didn't report much on how much music was lost.
Oh yeah.
It's gone. And they say that all we have is digital stuff now for those songs and those artists. We don't even know what was in there yet. They really haven't given a good, at least
Yeah.
not that I've seen, a good inventory.
Yeah, a lot of masters were in there.
Lot of masters. And
Yep.
when people start, it's just business. As people decide that they want to re-release things in the future, and there's going to be a lot of music that we do not get in the future, which is going to make the original pressings of those bands go up. So that's why I was interested in it. I was wanting to get a better idea of what was in there because it's going to be hard to get something that sounds good that's not a copy of a digital copy, which you know how bad those recordings end up being.
Well, sometimes those masters they never did anything with them. They never and it never saw the light of day. They recorded them and it ended up being cut from the record, and the only place it existed is in those vaults.
Exactly.
So
And that's the other reason I like your 45s
Yeah.
is because and this is to me why you get music on vinyl. It's that copy is unique. And then you get a unique version of the song that the artist only sang and it only got put out from the master onto that 45. And if you don't have that 45, you don't ever hear that version.
Yep.
It's not played on a radio. It's not on the LP. It's not, God Almighty, it's not on iTunes. It's not going to be out there digitally.
Yep.
So you get the 45. That way you can hear that version. I know you've got many, many versions, or many, many songs like that, or many records like that, where you'll have this, it says the same song, but it's a different version. To me, that's gold. I get why you get, those type of records because it's an entirely different thing.
Yeah, so that's true. I have some records where I have indie releases of the record, and then when they actually sign with the label, they re-record it again, and so that indie version is different. And of course, the indie version they didn't press it in the quantities. It's maybe 10,000 at most, but usually
Well, it's like the Weird Al. It's
Yeah.
like Weird Al's first record.
Oh yeah, that's sought after. So yeah.
Oh, highly.
Oh. Yep.
That was the original cut that he did in the bathroom, I suppose, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
then once it gets released by the label, it's a completely different thing. And then each time, it's just amazing how
I
many
have a
different
couple.
things
I
that
have
they
some
did.
Madison 45s on a label called Madison. I believe it's
Mm,
Madison, and that in the 1970s or 19 late 1960s, the plant burned down with
mm.
all the masters. So that makes your 45s now the masters
Wow.
because the masters are gone. So the only place those songs exist now are on the 45s.
And I think the next generation, the younger kids now, they might start to realize what they've lost, but it's going to take a while. I think it's going to take decades before we really realize
Oh yeah,
what
because so
music has
so
been
yeah,
lost and what
yeah,
hasn't.
yeah.
And
Well,
whether we're left with shitty recordings, that have been digitized too many times.
we didn't start even caring about that stuff until close to like the 1950s. When you
Mm,
go back to the 1920s, 1930s, and 1910s, 19,
mm,
people didn't care that much about the masters. They just threw them in a room, and if they needed the room, they would throw the masters out in the garbage. The
mm,
people didn't think about saving masters. It didn't have any value to them. They just,
mm,
they sold the records. It's done. They don't need the masters. It wasn't until much later on that
mm.
people started, thinking of maybe we should hang on to these masters. Maybe there's a reason for that.
Well,
So,
it's a change in the way people think. You have to be able to think long term, and you have to see that possibility of the future of what you could do with it. And if you're just living for moment to moment, you're not going to look at the long
yep,
term
yep,
ramifications.
yep.
By
Well,
then, a lot of things are lost, and I think that's what we're going to be encountering now. Is just we don't know what all we've lost.
yep. Other thing that was started that was when it switched over from 78s over from I forget the material, shellac. When it switched over from shellac to vinyl, and they wanted to put it on vinyl, they go, okay, where's the master? So we can go back and get it and make and press a new LP with it. We don't
Mm,
have the masters. What masters? What are you talking about? We didn't save that. So I
mm.
think that I bet you that was probably part of the reason because it was around that time that that vinyl came out that they started getting more and more serious about wanting to save these masters. And it's
Mm.
probably realizing, we lost this music. So
Right.
yeah, so I
Well,
have
I got a good example.
yeah,
With the soul scene back in I guess it was the 70s, where, especially in England, Chris, talk to me about this or give me your idea. But soul, we had our records that we put out, and then, especially on 45s, but some LPs, then maybe they sold a few thousand. The artist didn't really do much, but over in the UK, some of the DJs were finding these older records, loving the songs, and then spinning them in some of the discos. Then the song would become a hit again 10 years later, or however long ago, or however long in the future it was.
mhm.
Am I remembering that right? Or do you know what I'm talking about?
Northern Soul.
Yeah, Northern Soul, exactly.
Yep,
Exactly. But these records, that was the only place the music was anymore.
yep.
Was on those 45s or LPs or whatever it was that the DJs had found, and they drilled them. I mean, they just played them until they were dead. And those are some of the most sought after records to this day.
So we're gonna get caught up here in the chat real quick. We're up to Capital needs to release Mel Blanc compilation LP. Yeah, I love Mel Blanc. I have a bunch of
Yeah.
Mel Blanc 45s, as well as a couple of LPs. We have yeah, there's a Universal.
Universal.
I was thinking of the fires for the for the acetates back. I thought you were talking about that, not the Universal one, but yeah, you're talking about the UMG fire, and he's
Mhm.
talking about here. By the way, hey Zephyro, how you doing tonight? It's good to see you. I appreciate you stopping by. And we have lots of pre-tape masters were wax from metal. In other words, they only had them on wax. So only had them on another record. So and most metal masters were recycled for the war effort. Not just that, but
The
uh,
shellac.
shellac was was needed
Mhm.
for coating bombs and stuff, and we got that from mostly from Asia. And during the World War II, we were cut off from Asia. We weren't getting the stuff from them, so they asked us to bring in our shellac records, and they could be repurposed for the war. And they lost a lot of really good records through
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
shellac is what, from beetles or something?
the lac beetle,
Black beetle. Okay.
lac beetle. Yep,
Lacquer. Okay. I
yep,
get it.
yep.
I get it.
So.
So is lacquer and shellac the same stuff or the same? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's pretty much the same stuff. I mean,
Just a different
I think
compound.
shellac also has some other resins in it, but it was mainly excretions from the lac beetle, and lacquer is the same thing. It's just a different formula.
Okay. And that was more fragile, right? That cracked more often?
Yeah, shellac records were more brittle.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And then that's when they
usually
came up with the acetates after that?
no. Well, no, they used acetates back in the 20s and 30s, but they switched over to shellac.
Mm.
I think in the 40s or 50s.
And then they went to vinyl after that.
Well, that's for the masters. They
Oh,
went to, they never used acetate, I don't think, for commercial pressings. Uh,
okay.
that was for that was for the pressing process.
Oh, see, I didn't understand that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, acetate. And nowadays they still will refer to a lacquer disc as an acetate, even though it's not really it's not acetate anymore. It's lacquer, but
Hmm.
because they referred to them for acetates back in a long time ago, they
Mhm.
still just call them acetates, even though it's
Oh,
not
okay.
really the material acetate anymore.
That's kind of neat.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of
So
neat for
yeah,
sure. Awesome.
um, but I think we're getting past an hour in, and I think we're going to start closing this down. I do want to thank everybody for watching tonight. We have
We got something here from Vinyl Man, Chris, for a
Chris,
second. Then we'll head out.
the rise of
In the 60s, vinyl records in the UK became increasingly popular, especially with the rise of rock bands during the British invasion. However, by the late 60s, the industry began to standardize. Okay.
Yep, yep,
All right.
cool.
Very neat. Thanks for that, Chris. I appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome, great. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and say goodnight to everybody. We really appreciate you all stopping by. I really appreciate Mrs. Bozz coming all the way in from 10 feet away because she
From the other side of the house.
she's in the other room on the other side of the house. But I wanted to give her her own window. So there you go.
Thank you,
And
guys.
but yeah, anything else you want to say there, Mrs. Bozz?
No, I just enjoyed hanging out with you guys.
Awesome, great. All
Looking
right.
forward to next time. If you want to see me on, I would love to hear what y'all want to talk about. Give us some notes. I'm sure this video will go up in a little while as soon as YouTube lets us do it. Give us some notes about what you want us to talk about next time in the comments. All right.
Yep, and we have Tara saying goodbye, and it was good seeing you. Oh, Trevor Lincoln. There you go.
Nice.
And Warp Dog, Rick and Hound. Thanks for fun hang. Nice to meet you, Mrs. Bozz. Yes,
Nice to meet y'all too. I'll
always
catch you
good to
later.
see you and everybody here. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and then I'll see you all next week.
And I'll see you all next